Oh my god, frankly, you ingenious little broccoli head. Now you're getting it. This whole thing is just a failure of leadership, because that's all war is. It's just old men being stupid because they've been raised in a world where no one got to tell them, hey, that's kinda dumb. And now they make it everyone's problem. Great lines all around. He does a whole bit about, like, people making choices simply based on context that they get without any evidence, because it's like, oh, they showed a video of someone slapping a guy, and they were like averse to it, and then they explained, oh, that was the guy slapping the boyfriend who was cheating, that was the girl slapping the boyfriend who was cheating, and everyone was like, oh yay, they got no evidence, they got no proof, and they all were immediately on the side of said violence. There's never any reason to hurt. That's what I meant. A lot of, especially this is how I base my politics. I think if your politics, or if your philosophy is based on how many people you can hurt rather than who you can help, that's how I know you're a bad person. Example, again, Trump, big bad guy. So he did a whole thing about immigrant communities. He hates them. He did a whole thing about freaking what is called again? Not trust laws. Not trust laws. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. But basically, unions. He did a whole thing about unions. We should have seen what he was doing on that one. He did a whole thing about women. He hates women. You should have seen that one. He was convicted as rape. He's a felon. All of these things should have come together to show people that this guy is not it. But because they are so enamored by him, and I say this as someone who's has family who was intrinsically in love with that man. I don't get it, but that's just the case. It is something to be said about how easily manipulated people are, just because they picked a side, if that makes sense. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, him killing so many people, who does that help? Does it help you? Did your life get any better? And again, I'm Christian, which should set off a lot of flags for you as to how I was raised. I think my family was good. My family was good, but I'm talking about more of the Christian framework as it is now. I've become a bit disillusioned with, mostly because we've centered our politics, or our religion, about who we can hate. They're like, oh, today we don't like gay people. Oh, tomorrow we're like, women, obey your husbands, even though your husband's beating you. It's so many things, and again, those are extremes, but it's things like that that drive people away from our case.